What's up, Ragin Nation? How's it going? This is Alex, and you're watching a Ragin Ronin review. I got a review for you. Last Friday, I saw Alien Covenant, and Alien Covenant is the highly anticipated sequel to Prometheus, which came out in 2012. That's 5 years ago. It is also a prequel to the very original film, which came out in 1979. That is Alien, and that was 38 years ago. All these films are directed by Ridley Scott, and actually, as a matter of fact, Ridley Scott says there are 2 or 3 more stories to be told before everything connects with Alien, which is insane. So there's a really grand story to be told, and this whole prequel series is actually its own thing, but it all connects to Alien. Anyways, really excited about the direction that this franchise is going in. Ridley Scott is definitely taking it into a direction which opens a lot of questions, because I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I loved Prometheus, and I thought it was a brilliant and near-perfect film. And the main reason why is because it expanded the Alien universe. It's not just about xenomorphs and Weyland-Yutani and Ripley. There's so much more to learn about this world, and Prometheus opened the doors to all of that. In fact, it opened a lot of questions. And as fans, we're expecting the next film, that would be Alien Covenant, to answer all these questions. Well, I went into this film with a certain amount of expectations, and I will tell you that some of the expectations were met and exceeded, and some expectations were not met at all. But let's just get right into the review. First of all, I'll say that this is a good movie. I like this movie. I like this movie a lot, but it doesn't come with flaws. First of all, I'll tell you the things that I did like about this film. I like the story of this film. I think that it is a story, just like Prometheus, that really delves into the deeper mythology and lore of the Alien universe. And it is huge. It is really, really huge, because this is about the engineers. The engineers were introduced in Prometheus, but not only was there the concept of the engineers, Weyland, the ideas and concepts behind Weyland, and what the themes are with regards to Weyland and his synthetic human creations. There's a connection there, and they really expand upon these themes, which I really, really like. I love that it's a very, very a science fiction film, not just sci-fi horror. The horror elements are definitely there, but it also felt like Prometheus, a science fiction film, in the sense that, of course, it takes place in the future. A lot of it takes place in space. They land on different planets, and, you know, there's a lot of, like, exploration there, and I really like that about it. It just creates a lot of mystery, and it's not just about your typical slasher flick where, you know, an alien kills the explorers one by one. It's not just about that. That's something we saw in Alien, which was really awesome, but we don't really need to see that again and again and again. It's just the same recycled stuff, and I don't need to see that. I love the fact that it just felt very mysterious, very like a sci-fi sort of mystery, because they're going into I guess uncharted territory and unexplored realms, and every time they encounter new things, I was like, whoa, this is cool. As a matter of fact, I actually had a lot of jaw-dropping moments, because there were a lot of new and fresh concepts introduced into this universe. Like I said, it's not just about xenomorphs and Weyland-Yutani. It's so much more than that. There's a lot of aliens to be introduced into this world, and they do that because Prometheus was just a little taste, or really just a little bit of a teaser as to what kind of different types of aliens we could they could encounter. Well, we encounter some new stuff, and I can't really tell you what it is, but I'll just tell you that there were a lot of jaw-dropping and shocking moments for me. I felt a lot of moments where, like, I did that a lot, just because when they introduce new things, and I'm not just talking about things that make you jump, I'm talking about, like, things that are revealed that really shocked me. I was like, so that was awesome. It just made things feel fresh, and made things feel mysterious, and there were a lot of new and fresh elements introduced to the audience. So I really like that about the film. I felt that the first and second acts of the film were the strongest. That is when things were unpredictable. Things were just very, very different from what we're used to. Now we're going to get to where I thought the film was flawed, and that is the characters are quite indistinguishable. And what I mean by that is that none of them are really memorable. None of them really stand out. I know who some of these guys are, but at the end of the day, they don't have distinguishable traits that really make them that likable. I like my characters to be likable. For example, in Prometheus, I knew who everybody was because they actually had very specific personalities, which really stood out. They all served the purpose. Even if their purpose was to die, they still served the purpose. As for the characters here, a lot of them I just really didn't care too much about. Even our strongest character, that's Daniels, played by Catherine Watterson. Anyways, the actor who played Daniels, she wasn't a strong female lead. I know she was trying to emulate Ripley, but she wasn't even anywhere close to Ripley. And you know what? They don't even need to really do that. But in any case, all of the characters are really just blah. The only strongest characters is the character played by Michael Fassbender, David. David is, like, first of all, fantastic performance. I always thought Michael Fassbender is a really solid actor, very, very talented actor, can play all different types of characters, and in this case, he plays a very, very versatile role. And I'm talking about the fact that, he plays another android that's not named David. So that's very, very distinguishable between David and this other one named I think Walter. Walter. I believe his name was Walter, if I remember correctly. But in any case, you can tell that there's a difference between the two, and he does such a great job playing this creepy robot. It's really, really amazing. So, anyways, indistinguishable characters and just weak. Not very well-written characters that didn't stand out. That's a weak point in the film. Another weak point in the film that I thought, this is in my opinion, is that it's not scary enough. It's just the terror isn't really there. And the main reason why is because I think we were so desensitized by what we've seen in Alien and Aliens and Prometheus that I never actually felt scared. I'll be completely honest. There are times when it was tense, but I just never felt scared. I didn't feel there was no real, like, jump scares. And Ridley Scott was saying that he's going to make it a lot scarier. It wasn't scary to me at all, in my opinion. A lot of shocking moments, a lot of moments where I just went, but it wasn't scary. So I think that could have been improved, and I'm not sure how they could have improved it, but I would have enjoyed being scared a little bit more, not just for the gimmick of being scared, but just for the whole experience of having more terror in this film. You know what I'm saying? Because Alien, the original film, even though it's like 1979, you can tell it's an old movie, it was a terrifying experience. So, yeah. Anyways, the last thing that I thought need to be improved was pretty much the entire third act of the film. The entire third act of the film just felt like we're trying to do fan service for the Alien fans. We're just trying to wrap it up and make it feel like an homage to the previous films, and I felt that was a weak approach to the film. Now, I know that sounds like a big chunk of the film that I really didn't enjoy. It's not that I didn't enjoy that. I just felt that they could have had a really, really great opportunity to introduce new things, like what they did in Prometheus, but they didn't. Instead, what we ended up getting is something that is really close to along the lines of the first two Alien films and just kind of wrapping it up. I'm not saying that the first two Alien films were just trying to wrap it up, but like there weren't any new ideas being introduced to the point where it just feels like I know what's going to happen, and it did feel a little bit, in fact, it did feel really predictable. So that was unfortunate, but that doesn't kill my entire experience about the film. I had a great time, really enjoyed this film, I liked it a lot. It's just those things that could be improved. As for the rest of it, I just felt that this film was a strong enough film that I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I actually gave Prometheus an 8.75 out of 10 just because it was so fresh to me. Like, everything that I saw in the movie was just so different from what I'm used to, and it expanded upon the universe, which is awesome. We need to see new concepts, because if we just keep on seeing like an alien killing people one by one, like, it's just going to be rehashed material. So I'm at least glad that the first and second act just felt really, really new. So there you have it. So I'll give this an 8 out of 10. And I liked it. I like this movie a lot. I know it could be better, but for the most part, it's a decent and solid installment into the franchise. And I'm really looking forward to the next one and the next one after that. And this is a great franchise. It's a solid entry into the franchise. 8 out of 10. And there you have it. As always, if you enjoyed this review and you want to see more, hit the like button, subscribe to YouTube channel, like me on Facebook, The Ragin Nation. Also follow me on Twitter, Ragin Nation. My name is Alex. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace. Interactions there, and it really expands upon who they really are. So, of course, everybody is back. Chris Pratt as Star-Lord, Zoe Saldana as